Chesa Boudin recalled.
I will tell you, Sacks, I don't think you need to harp on the Chesa point anymore because I don't hear anyone making the case on the other side anymore.
Dustin Moskovitz.
He
Dustin
did?
Moskovitz.
Publicly?
Yes.
What? From Asana?
Yes. Nick, pull up the tweet. So, I've been basically because look, there been.
We fired him up. Here we go.
No, let me get this in, and then we can take off. So,
insert quarter here. I now have my rage upgrade.
Chesa Boudin token has been inserted. Yes.
Run rage function now.
No, look, we're taking all this heat from these stupid reporters who are talking about our donations. Like asking, what are we up to? Look, we're very public about what we're up to. But
this is a terrible tweet from Dustin.
There have been these tech billionaires, Dustin Moskovitz, Reed Hastings, and Mike Krieger, and they've been donating money to Chesa Boudin and Gascon in LA.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, horrible. So I just said, why are you donating money to this insanity? And Dustin's still defending it. And then he said, I'm going to mute you now. Because he didn't want to take me on.
Wait, just in fairness.
Let me pull this up.
Dustin's quote is, I live in the city and I'm not going anywhere. Crime happens to me too. Trust me. We write extensively about why of our grants here. Here's the thing. I think Dustin, Reed Hastings, and their spouses are very involved in criminal justice reform. And what we have to do is give somebody like Dustin or Reed Hastings the benefit of the doubt here and say, we understand your donations were meaningful to you, and you wanted to maybe lower the incarceration of Black people in jail for crimes that were not violent. And we agree. Let's parse this conversation into two because
I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let me explain why. Okay, so so this is a good example. This Reed Hastings thing is a good example. By the way, just today it was announced that he donated $3 million to Gavin Newsom. In any event, so he's on that side of the spectrum. By the way, there's a little backstory there. I don't know if you guys remember when there was pressure on the Facebook board to kick Peter Thiel off back in 2016. It was Reed Hastings.
That was from Reed.
That was from Reed Hastings. Okay. Yeah. So the guy's very close-minded.
Or I think it's his wife is actually handling this specific
he was the board member who pushed to get Peter off because he couldn't handle the fact that there might be another board member who disagree with him politically. So it's a very close-minded point of view. But let's take this example of crime in LA. Okay. So we had this election where George Gascon, who was a failure as DA in San Francisco, he goes down to LA and runs against the veteran DA down there, Jackie Lacey, who happens to be a Black woman, a veteran, seasoned DA, competent. Nobody had a problem with her. I think she's a Democrat. Okay. It's not like this is a right-wing person. And so George Gascon basically fails his way out of San Francisco, goes down to LA, and he basically dislodges her from that seat with $15 million, an unprecedented amount spent in a DA election. Where did that money come from? $5 million came from Soros. $5 million came from Reed Hastings. $5 million came from BLM. Now, in any other context, the idea that you're going to fire a talented, competent, seasoned veteran Black woman and replace her with an incompetent white male, that would be seen as institutional racism. But nobody complained about it at all. But it's outrageous. And
what is the most charitable
was behind that?
What is the most charitable view of why they're supporting Gascon and Chesa Boudin?
Well, there's this decarcerationist agenda. And so, yes, you're right that they see mass incarceration as a problem. But the problem it is, but the solution is not mass decarceration. That we need something in between. And the problem with Gascon and Chesa Boudin, they just want to let everybody out. They don't want to put people in prison. And they also don't
want to add anybody. So I think if their agenda is to lower the number, adding people is against that. There are people who need to go to jail. Murderers need to go to jail. There are now
people dying every day in San Francisco at the hands of repeat offenders who Chesa Boudin has made the decision to let them out of jail, even though they should be in jail. These are dangerous, violent felons.
The problem with this is, I think, Chamath, I would like to get your feedback on it, is, when a person gives these kind of donations and they make it their public persona and it doesn't go well, how does one, disentangle or reconcile? They made a bet that had a bad outcome, because this is obviously a bad outcome. You don't want the city to devolve into chaos.
I don't particularly care about San Francisco, and I think the two of you guys can talk about it on.
No, I'm done. I'm going to get rid of my place in the city.
On Colin, but I couldn't care less about how that city.
I think I'm done too.
Well,
any closing thoughts, Friedberg?
I got nothing to say.
Okay, I want to add just one thing. Look, I care because I live there, but this trend, this is not just San Francisco. This whole idea of these radical decarcerationists, they are running for DA in every major city. This is going to be a national trend, and they're going to cause a lot of carnage, a lot of death and destruction until the people realize, and there will inevitably be a backlash to this. And hopefully just not too many people die.
No, but fair enough. I don't want to be too flippant. My point is, it's a really important debate. It's going to happen in every city, but folks need to get engaged in those cities and do something about it.
If you want to hear the argument of why this is happening, you can go watch the TED Talk on YouTube of Adam Foss, Foss. He was the original, proponent of the DAs coming in to drive the decarceration movements. I just think it's important to be informed of the other perspective in evaluating where folks are coming from that are proponents for this movement.
Yeah, I'm trying to be charitable towards their position, Dustin and Reed. If you want to come on the pod and be a bestie guestie, I guess maybe.
Dustin responded to me and said, "Listen, we don't know what the counterfactual is. If we had a more aggressive DA, that was his argument. We don't know the counterfactual."
That's ridiculous.
So I posted a list of people, of innocent victims who've died. Okay, directly because of a decision that Chesa Boudin made. That's your counterfactual.
Yeah.
That's your counterfactual.
All right. Listen, it's been an amazing episode, and no plugs, no ads, no nothing. If you like the show, great. And if you don't like it, how the hell did you make it to the minute 75? For the Queen of Quinoa, the dictator himself, Chamath Palihapitiya.
I'm having steak tonight.
He's having steak tonight. If you're vegan, David Friedberg, you're not invited to steak dinner.
I'm having beers tonight.
You're having beers and roasted eggplant tonight. You've never eaten fish in your life, never had sushi. And Sacks is eating everything.
True. I don't know
Sacks,
if our listeners didn't know that.
Sacks, we're going to talk about Sacks' health.
Where's your first, second, and third dinner tonight?
I'm on a seafood diet. I see the food and I eat it.
Okay. Sacks, if we take out your Postmates / Uber Eats account right now, how long is it going to be?
In and out.
What's happening?
Oh my God.
What's coming up
How do I get to be the fat guy on this pod? I don't get it.
I just bought my third machine.
This can't be happening.
It's happening. This is your Twilight Zone episode. I decided I'm going twice a week with the trainer, and I just bought the Hydro. So now I have Tonal, Peloton Tread, and I got the Hydro. I'm going from smart machine to smart machine. Hey, are you SPAC?
Oh, I got it.
Chamath?
Oh, good question.
No
comment? Okay, sorry. I just saw some tweet.
People have other things to do.
Guys, I got to call.
You don't.
I got to
go.
All right, everybody. Love you, besties. Love you, Sacks. Yeah, get a salad. Okay, we love you. Bye, besties. Eat a salad. And of course, the dictator here, absolute dictator, Chamath, the dictator himself, Chamath Palihapitiya, SPAC master himself, Chamath Palihapitiya, the dictator.
Shout out to all my haters.
I write a minimum of $100 million personal.
SPAC daddy, you respect this paper.
I get thousands and millions confused.
I'm the dictator. Courtside when you see me at the Warriors.
It's hard to make good investments. It's hard to build a company.
Big weight when I hit the gym later.
I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator.
I am a complete byproduct of a social safety net.
I'm the dictator.
And at some point, you have to figure out whether you actually want your kids to have asthma or not, or you care more about the land grass.
I'm the dictator. I'm king of the SPAC.
People think money is free, and it's not.
I pick up the slack.
People think money is free, but it's not.
Securing the bag.
I get thousands and millions confused.
I get thousands and millions confused.
I get thousands and millions. Firing on all cylinders.
Shout out to all my haters.
Sri Lankan billionaire has bought the French laundry.
SPAC daddy, you respect this paper.
I just want to be called king.
I'm the dictator. Courtside when you see me at the Warriors.
The little guy getting run over. I just can't stand
Big
that.
weight when I hit the gym later.
Looks like
I'm the dictator. I'm the dictator.
it's hard to make it. It's hard to make good investments. It's hard to build a company. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it all the time. This one man for yourself, it's all about you. You can figure it out. The rugged individualism, that's just not realistic. Like,
anybody who's listening to this who wants to go to the French Laundry, stay at home, pour a bunch of salt on whatever you're gonna eat. Okay. Melt a stick of butter in the microwave. Drink it, and then basically take $1,500, light it on fire. You've been to the French Laundry.
I'm the dictator.
it's hard to make it. It's hard to make good investments. It's hard to build a company. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it all the time. This one man for yourself, it's all about you. You can figure it out. The rugged individualism, that's just not realistic. Like,
I'm the dictator.